Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute since I have filmed a YouTube video for you guys, and there's been a lot happening in my personal life. So I wanted to give everyone an update as to just what's been going on in my life. So I have finally made the big girl move, and I have moved to New York City, which is why you can tell that my background is different than what it used to be. I'm still in the process of continuously decorating my place, and stay tuned because I will be sure to film another apartment video for you guys. And in today's video, we are diving right back into matcha. I will be testing for the first time ever flavored matcha. I have personally never tested flavored matcha before. Part of me will say that I do feel a little bit of bias because I just think that flavored matcha is just a little bit gimmicky. If you would ask me if I would ever put out flavored matcha, you know, I'll never say never, but just anything flavored, I feel like you should flavor with the actual ingredient itself. So the brand that I'm going to be talking about today is going to be Chamberlain Coffee. So I am extremely excited to try these, and just a disclaimer, I was sent these products. I was not paid to make this video at all, so all of these opinions are purely my own. So the first two that I have here that are the flavored ones, which Emma Chamberlain has released into her line, is this one, which is the mango matcha. And just taking a look at ingredients, it just says organic certified A ceremonial grade matcha. I have no idea what certified A means. I feel like, to be quite honest, that's marketing because there is no such thing as certified A. And it also contains all natural mango flavors and aromas. So in terms of ingredients, I feel like that's pretty vague. I'm not sure if that is FDA approved, where you can say natural mango flavors and aromas. I don't really know what aromas means. And this other one that I have here is the Chamberlain Coffee Vanilla Matcha. This one says, again, organic certified A ceremonial grade matcha with all natural vanilla flavor and aroma. Personally, when I wanted to make vanilla matcha, I would simply just add vanilla extract, or you can just add vanilla bean paste. And I was also sent the Chamberlain Coffee Matcha. I have previously reviewed this product on my channel before, which I will link right here at the top corner. And so you can see my thoughts on the Chamberlain Matcha. And one thing I think that is kind of interesting to note, actually upon first impression, is that the size of these tins are quite a bit larger in terms of height compared to the original. Both the mango matcha and the vanilla matcha, it seems like they are placed inside a larger can and there is a bag inside. So personally, this is my favorite way of how matcha should be packaged. I believe that matcha should be packaged in an aluminum bag like so, and then put into a tin like this so that you can either just keep the bag inside, or what I typically do is I snip it and then I pour the product into the tin can, and then I just like seal it on my own to use. So this matcha, which is the original, this one has a pull tab. So this is when you know that the matcha is just put inside, and then they seal it on top with this pull tab system. This is not my personal favorite just because when you lift it up, the powder tends to fly everywhere, and I feel like that's, you know, a waste of product. And I just feel like it's not as sanitary. All of them are 30 grams in total. I think we should just get started and try all the different matchas. So here we have all three of the different Chamberlain matchas, starting off with the original Chamberlain Coffee Matcha. Following up here is the vanilla matcha, and then lastly we have the mango matcha. Here is the original, and then here is the vanilla matcha. This one is slightly more yellow in tone, which isn't too much of a surprise, especially given that this is a blended matcha, so I'm not too surprised by the color of that. Here we have the mango matcha. So for the mango matcha, again, like the vanilla matcha, it does skew a bit more yellow, on the yellower side. And again, that makes sense because this is blended, so I wouldn't expect this to be perfectly green. You can clearly tell that both the vanilla and the mango are both lighter in color in terms of just powder form, and the original matcha here is much darker in color. I wouldn't say that difference is that stark, but upon closer inspection, you can clearly tell that this one is definitely a brighter, more vibrant green, which is really important in terms of matcha. So these are just in terms of visual observations. So next, I think it would be important for us to move on to the taste, which is the most important part. All right, so starting off, we're going to go with the original first. As usual, the technique that I like to use is always with a sieve, because I think that that is how you get the best quality of matcha. Water should always be at 175 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the ideal temperature for matcha. I am personally a big believer of bamboo whisks. I don't like to judge, but I definitely do frown upon the use of an electric whisk just because you don't really get the full benefits and evoke the full flavor and aroma of the matcha that you do using a bamboo whisk. So I would highly encourage you all, if you are matcha lovers, to use a bamboo whisk, because the quality is definitely very different and you can still achieve, as you can see, a very frothy consistency. And going in with the matcha. I am going to do this for the vanilla matcha next. Actually, when I'm whisking this, I can definitely very strongly smell the matcha aroma. It's definitely very, very pungent, and I can very much distinguish that this scent is very different from the original matcha. Like, I can definitely smell the vanilla quite strongly. I think one thing to note though is that this matcha is not as easy to sieve. The quality is not as good. You can see that I do end up with some larger bubbles, and so that is an indication that this matcha is not as of a higher quality compared to the original. And then pour in my matcha shot mixture. So I am definitely most excited to try the mango matcha, just because I have personally never even had a mango matcha before. So I am excited to try this out. I personally am not the biggest fan of fruity flavors mixed with matcha. I have yet to try a drink that I really love, and I will say that all of the flavors are definitely quite distinct. So I can definitely smell the mango and how it's very, very much different from the vanilla. Top it off with our mango matcha mixture. All right, so I have just finished making all of the matcha lattes. I have them right down here below me. Here is the regular matcha, and here is the vanilla matcha, and on my right here we have the mango matcha. I think we should start off with the base first. This is the regular matcha powder. I have already reviewed this, so I sort of know what to expect. I'm going to take a sip right now just so I can remind myself what Chamberlain Matcha tastes like. Okay. Grassy, vegetal, tiny bit of an aftertaste. I remember saying that in my last review. It leaves a tiny bit of dryness, but not bad for the price point. So let's try the vanilla matcha next. I can definitely taste the vanilla. It tastes like, like vanilla extract. Actually, it tastes a little bit more like as if there were vanilla beans in them. I feel like the vanilla flavor is quite strong, so I think it's actually not bad. Because of the original base of the matcha, there is again a little bit of that dry aftertaste, and I do think that kind of like with vanilla extract, there's a little bit of that dryness feeling at the end. I would say that because the quality of matcha isn't the best, like top of the world, I think that you could easily replicate this flavor just by adding your own vanilla extract or by adding vanilla bean. So far so good. Vanilla matcha lives up to its name. Lastly, we're going to try the mango matcha. I'm most interested in this one because I have personally never made a mango matcha before, just because sometimes fruity flavors can overpower matcha quite easily, because matcha is a very earthy, nutty tone, and anything fruity, the flavors could be quite abrasive. So I'm curious to see how this tastes. Okay. I can definitely taste the mango. Again, my tongue is just like feeling very dry after like drinking these. It kind of feels almost like, you know, like after you eat some protein bars, you get this kind of dry aftertaste. That's kind of what my mouth feels like right now. It's a little bit dry and powdery. In terms of mango and matcha, this pairing together, I would not say it's my personal favorite. I taste the mango, I taste the matcha. It's not overpowering at all. It does feel quite tropical and quite fruity. It's just not something personally that I would go for. I think that if you do enjoy mango flavored things, you might like this. I think one problem that I do have with flavored matcha powders like these is just that you are pretty much tied to these particular flavor combos. I feel like the best way for you to experiment with different flavors is just, stick with the base product and then add flavorings however you want. Because if you're making matcha on the daily, you're kind of stuck with using these tins. And what if you want mango matcha just one day, but you don't want it all the time, And I think easily a way to make mango matcha better would be if you simply cut up mango, pureed it, and then just added that into your matcha, and that would easily be a mango matcha, and you wouldn't feel subjected to having to forcibly use all the powder up and use this tin if you wanted mango matcha. So those are just my thoughts. I personally am not a big fan of flavored matcha. I just feel like it's a little bit too constrictive in terms of what you have to use. So I would just go for the base and then flavor as you go. These products definitely do live up to their name. I can taste the matcha of each of these products, and especially from the flavored products. Between both the vanilla and the mango, I would definitely opt for the vanilla just because vanilla is a little bit more of a neutral base. You could easily add cinnamon to the vanilla matcha if you wanted something a little bit more fall. You could also add some nutmeg. Other options are you could add chai, you could add pumpkin spice. So if I were to have to choose between the both of these, I would definitely suggest to go for the vanilla matcha. That is just my personal preference. But at the end of the day, if I had to choose one product from all of Chamberlain Coffee's matcha products, I would of course just go for the original. I hope that this review was helpful for you in case you're deciding whether or not to go the flavored matcha route. And make sure that you check out all of my other matcha videos. I have an entire playlist in my channel for all things matcha related if you are also a fellow matcha lover like myself. So feel free to check those out. And make sure that if you want to know all of the best matchas, in my opinion, on Amazon, as I mentioned, links will be in the description box down below. Please in the comments down below, let me know if there are other matcha brands out there that you would like me to try. I am going to be filming another matcha review video very, very soon because new brands are coming out with matcha all the time, and there are so many brands out there, either on Amazon or independent brands, that I would love to try and taste this for you, so I can give you my opinion and let you guys know what is worth buying and what you should save your money on. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
I want you to know how I feel.